Placing reference sensors throughout the battery system helps protect against false positive alarms. In this video, we will explain the criteria for reference sensor placement and the processes used in determining the number of reference sensors. When determining reference sensor placement, we first need to identify where foreign contaminants can enter the battery system, including any personnel entry points to the battery space, like doors or access points, any possible gas entry points to the battery space, like vents or unsealed gaps, and HVAC supply points. Starting at the top, each personnel entry point should have a single reference sensor mounted near it. Moving on to gas entry points, if multiple points are located on the same surface, a single reference sensor can be used. The separation between these points must be less than 1 meter and unobstructed by a physical barrier or airflow pattern. Now, let's look at HVAC supply points. One reference sensor is necessary for each HVAC unit supply vent, regardless of vent size. If airflows converge, a single reference sensor may be mounted at around 3 widths or diameters downstream from the converged opening. If ducting is not long enough to mount the specified distance downstream, simply mount the sensor near the duct ending. If the airflows diverge, we look to place a single reference sensor prior to the point of divergence. There are cases where reference sensors are not necessary, which are detailed further in the design guide. The most important information related to air exchange rate are the locations of the hot and cold aisles. Monitoring sensors should only be located in the hot aisle. Reference sensors should only be located in the cold aisle. A physical barrier should separate the hot aisle from any reference sensors mounted near battery racks. Battery racks themselves may also have guided airflow which cools and ventilates battery modules. This airflow coincides with HVAC flow patterns, with hot air being expelled from the battery modules into the hot aisle. Besides sensor locations in the hot and cold aisles, air velocity is also crucial to reference sensor placement and is detailed in the design guide. Reference sensor placement requires careful consideration. Just another way that we optimize Tamer for any battery energy storage system.